welcome to Consultant's Corner. I'm Rebecca Brizzi. This is my corner. I am a consultant. I came across an interesting scenario this week, one that illustrates the difference between blame and responsibility and how important it is to know that difference and work on it in a business. We have a team of people, employees, and a boss, and there is in particular one problem employee. Let's call him Paul. And then you've got the boss, the manager of that team. We'll call him Matt. Paul is one of several people on the team. What he is, however, is the loudest person on the team. Paul is quite convinced of his abilities. Not incorrectly, he's good at what he does. Where Paul is a little bit weak is in listening to others or accepting that other people might also have good ideas. And Paul can get a little bit loud, a little bit belligerent at times. He's hard to work with. He doesn't allow people a lot of space to give their opinion or their input. He hijacks good ideas and makes them his own. Now, everybody on the team is aware of these traits that Paul has. People don't particularly like working with him. Matt, the manager of the team, the boss in this case, he has spoken to Paul about this and just asked him to tone it down a little bit. He's also spoken to all the team members about this and said, look, it's how he is, but he's got some good ideas. And he's basically just asked for patience all around. Then this small team of people lost 2 employees within 3 weeks, and everybody else's work and productivity have kind of decreased. Matt, the manager, his position is Paul is the problem, and people have left because of Paul. I suggest an alternative view here. Paul is the problem, but people have left because of Matt. Paul may be to blame for his behavior and his bad attitude. Matt is responsible for eliminating that. Matt is responsible for creating a good atmosphere on the team. Matt is the boss, and the buck stops with him. Blame versus responsibility. So those employees who left, I don't think they left so much because of Paul. I would say that they left because of Matt. The problem was that Matt never corrected Paul's behavior. Paul was just being himself, but it was up to Matt to take that corrective action. It was up to Matt to give the atmosphere that all the employees had been promised. One of collaboration, one of transparency, and one of a good culture, a cohesive place to work. Matt is responsible for the team productivity dropping, and Matt is responsible for those employees leaving. This is why it's important to understand the difference between blame and responsibility. I've used this before to point out how fixing a problem doesn't mean that you were to blame for the problem. It should be an encouragement to fix problems because you're not taking blame, you're taking responsibility. But the other side of this is to recognize when you should be responsible for something, when it is your responsibility to fix the problem, even if the blame lies elsewhere. If you are running a small business, or if you are in charge of a department, a unit, or a team, it is your responsibility to create a good work environment. And it is your responsibility, ultimately, to fix problems on the team. Take responsibility by making sure that even though you can treat people differently because they're all different individuals, you are still holding them accountable to the same standards and the same types of behavior. And the only way you can do that is if you have set those standards and communicated them with the team. You need to then be able to point to specific things and say you are not upholding these standards or these behaviors or these expectations, and you need to change that. Blame and responsibility are not the same thing. Make sure you know which one is assigned to you right now and what you should be doing about it. And if you're struggling with this on your team, then drop me a line, let's hop on a quick call. Pushing the structures and standards in place is what's going to allow you to deal with these situations now and in the future. And for everybody else, I'll see you back here next week with our next video. Bye now.